Legal scholars just unearthed a Supreme Court bombshell that could spell the doom of 2 lawsuits brought by Donald Trump against his political enemies. Have your womp womp sound effects ready, people. This is fun. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Earlier this week saw the second indictment of a public official Donald Trump views as a personal enemy. You'll recall that James Comey, the former FBI director who oversaw an investigation of back-channel links between Russia and the Trump campaign in 2016, was indicted last month on charges he lied to Congress. Dubious charges, mind you. For more on that and the irony of Trump attacking the man who handed him the election in 2016, see our other videos here on the channel. This week saw Trump strike again, indicting New York Attorney General Letitia James on mortgage fraud charges. James, of course, brought fraud charges against Trump and his organization, claiming they overinflated their assets. Here's a rundown.
This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system.
This morning, New York's Democratic Attorney General Letitia James defiant, denying any wrongdoing, and denouncing her indictment secured by a top prosecutor handpicked by President Trump.
These charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost.
A federal grand jury indicted James Thursday on charges of bank fraud and lying to a financial institution. Those charges coming 3 years after James, as New York Attorney General, sued Mr. Trump, his eldest 2 sons, and the Trump Organization for fraud, alleging they lied to banks and others about the value of their assets. James and Mr. Trump have long been at odds. She campaigned on promises to sue him.
He's going to know my name personally.
And Trump has frequently attacked her.
She's a horrible, horrible human being.
Just weeks ago, the president publicly urging his attorney general to prosecute James. In the same post, also targeting another political foe, former FBI Director James Comey. Comey was indicted by a grand jury days later on charges of lying to Congress. This week, he pleaded not guilty.
And I'm innocent, so let's have a trial.
Both cases led by a close Trump ally, Lindsay Halligan, his former personal attorney, who the president recently appointed to the job despite her having no experience as a prosecutor. The prosecutor she replaced was ousted late last month after he determined there was not enough evidence to charge Comey or James, according to 2 federal law enforcement officials.
In case you detect the foul stench of Trumpian slime whilst watching that report, stick around. It's about to get cleaned. James and Comey both argue they've done nothing wrong and were simply doing their jobs, which is true. And, according to reports, Attorney General Pam Bondi warned Trump that neither case was strong enough to prosecute. Nevertheless, he appointed his former lawyer, Lindsay Halligan, as state's attorney, a woman who is an insurance lawyer and who has never even prosecuted a case in court. Trump's appointment of Halligan is widely attributed to her willingness to prosecute both cases, despite a lack of evidence. And now her prosecution has hit an even bigger snag. As it turns out, both the prosecution of Comey and James, and for that matter, anyone else Trump is targeting for personal reasons, looks even more futile in light of an overlooked judicial opinion written by none other than conservative Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito. The Raw story now reports that 2 legal experts have weighed in on Halligan's cases against James and Comey and found one major mistake. The article cites legal writer Michael Isikoff, who points out that an opinion written by Alito claims the appointment of Halligan is illegal. Isikoff writes, quote, Comey and James may have an ace in the hole to get Halligan removed and their indictments thrown out. A 1983 Office of Legal Counsel opinion written by Alito saying that after 120 days with no confirmed U.S. attorney, the court appoints, not the Attorney General or President of the United States, as ex-OLC Chief Jack Goldsmith has pointed out, close quote. The same article cites conservative attorney Ed Weiland, who writes, quote, the authority to make the interim appointment then lies with the district court, and that's evidently the position that the Department of Justice itself adopted in a 1986 Office of Legal Counsel opinion written by none other than Samuel Alito, close quote. It's important to note that Alito's opinion has since been cited numerous times as legal precedent, and that Comey's attorney, Patrick Fitzgerald, has already hinted that he's willing to argue the appointment of Halligan is unconstitutional. Thus, any judge looking at the case would have great pressure to toss both the indictments of James and Comey, as well as any other Halligan tries to pursue, Whether or not the suits could be brought again is something of an open question, though Trump would certainly face more hurdles in doing so. For starters, he'd have to get the Attorney General in New York to make a U.S. attorney appointment that would agree to file a new indictment against Letitia James, who is the Attorney General of New York. Follow that? What are the odds of that happening? So, Trump flounders again in his attempt to secure absolute power and target his personal enemies. It's a shame that President Taco is so hell-bent on wasting our taxpayer dollars in the name of his vanity, isn't it? You all remember the SNL sketch about Debbie Downer? Personally, I think we could call Trump Donnie Downer from now on. Lord knows living through his presidency feels like bad comedy. So, everyone say it with me. Womp womp. This is Occupy Democrats.